everyone, thanks for joining me. I thought I would do a quick bench update. What you see in front of you is what I intend to do for the Puma diorama. Now initially I was just going to use the base that Matchbox provides you, but I thought I would try and just create a diode that had a bit more to it, shall we say. And you will recall that I cut a section of the house, the Italian townhouse, was it, from Airfix. I cut a section of that, and I struggled then, once I'd done that, to actually work out how I was going to use it. To give you some idea, that it had to be a corner, because obviously there'd be no point in this being cut off. If I was to have the house, for instance, like this, then that would look weird with no detail here. So I'd basically created a problem for myself in that it had to be in the corner. And again, because I'd cut this so narrow as well, going beyond that down there was another issue. So after toying around for quite a while, I realised that this was going to be a very simple diode. We're going to have the Puma. I really hope I can find some, you see, this is 1/76 scale, and 1/72 scale figures next to a 1/76 scale vehicle can look really odd. They look too big, to be honest, and don't work. I have got some, I think, 1/76 scale figures, but I'll have to have a look. If not, I may have to get hold of some of the old Airfix plastic ones and use those, unless I did order some German armour crewmen from the chap that I bought some British resin figures off, but I never received them. I'm still waiting after 7 months. They would have been perfect for having in the perhaps sat in the turret of the Puma. So that's that. I created my own paving. So that's the resin building. This is some of the evergreen plastic art that you see all over the place. And this is just a piece of balsa. I cannot cut straight lines to save my life. I really can't. So on this, what I did was I actually measured the paving that was on the diode provided by Matchbox. Did myself a grid that you can see the remains of here, because I've still got to do this section, and then just use the panel line tool from Tamiya and created the flag paving for the footway there, and obviously a thin section for the curbs. What I've got to do around here is I've got to, if you like, turn the paving 90 degrees so it will look like that going up the side of the house again. I nearly just continued this pattern so it would be lengthways along here as opposed to going across the width of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap it round so it's actually doing what you see there along there. Once that's done, I just need to mess about with the edges of the paving a bit, just to try and mess it up slightly. Oh, does she? So once the pavings are all, if you like, cut out, then I can stick it to the base. The house, I'm not going to spend too much time with it. The only thing that I'm a bit disappointed about is this edge that I did to block off the house, and you can see it. You can see it there, and I would really like to have that flush. So I'll have to try and do something about that. See if I can get it a bit more flush so it's not so obvious. Then the Puma's got to be painted up, the house has got to be painted up. I'm not too sure about what to do with the road. Obviously this is balsa wood. It may look alright just painted, we'll see. I may have to put some damage in there or something, pick some of the wood out. Once all that's done, I think I have got some 1/72, 1/76 scale posters, you know, the German propaganda posters that I'll stick on this wall in a haphazard manner. What I may do over at least one of them is put the Free French symbol, which was the Cross of Lorraine, over one of the posters. And then, as I say, that I'll have either crewmen in the turret, or if I can, no, I think it's going to have to either be crewmen in the turret or the turret closed up and some German infantry just walking alongside the Puma. I don't think I can find crewmen that are standing. What I would like to have is 2 crewmen standing with a map somewhere in the vicinity, either on the footway over here, or I'll move that back that way a bit and have them in the front here. I don't know, it's still ongoing. So that's that one. There's no progress on the Tempest. I added the extension to the seat belts, but apart from that I don't think I've done anything else on it. I need to get cracking on that, because obviously once all the etch is out the way, then I can actually start the business of painting the bloody thing. So the only other project I've got at the moment is the Name That Film Dio, so I shall grab that. So here it is. I said that the Dio was going to be like square in base section, but to be honest with you, I don't need all that. All I need is this room, and even this is a bit more than I require. There isn't going to be much in the way of furniture here. There's going to be something here, something on the wall, something over here, and a figure here and 2 figures there, and I think that's going to be about it. So what I did was, once I cut the balsa wood base down, I cut thin strips of balsa wood, laid them down to give the impression of floorboards, kind of put a blunt point down the floor, down in between each floorboard, to try and widen the joint a bit so it's a bit more obvious they were there. Painted the whole thing black. Then in the film the floorboards just look like a dusty grey, which I've tried to achieve there. I may have to try and do a bit more dry brushing on those. The wall was just you know, it's an interior wall, but it was still like different greys and whatever, so I did that. The door, which isn't fixed, so it is fixed, so why am I trying to break it off? I don't know. The door, as you can see, just a bit of balsa wood. I tried to make out there were 4 planks in it, and then I gave it some of the lead foil from the wine bottles, made hinges out of that, and then I made this, just put a bit of balsa wood here to make it look like the locking mechanism for the door, because the door does come out this way and you definitely see the mechanism on the inside. So that's about it. So far what you've got to go on is it's an interior room with a door and some dusty floorboards, and that's about it. Alright. It's Friday, so it's the start of the weekend, which I'm really looking forward to. My daughter's up at the moment. She came up yesterday. Unfortunately, she had to have a tooth out today, so she's upstairs, got half asleep. She just asked for some paracetamol, and then she disappears again tomorrow, back down to Winchester. I hope you have a great weekend. I certainly hope to crack on with these projects. They're kind of bogging down a bit, and I want to get at least one of them done. I'd really like to get the etch done on the Tempest if I can this weekend. Look after yourselves, guys, and I'll catch up with you soon.